Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. Welcome back to the map editor where we are finishing up this island loosely based on Jurassic Park. It is big, it is absolutely huge. We have hills in the north, we have forests, we have jetties, we have breakwaters, we have little islands, we have rivers, we have everything, caves, you name it, we probably got it somewhere on this island. And it doesn't look very densely populated in terms of trees and foliage and things, but oh boy, there is a lot of stuff here. To give you an idea of how big this place is, if we go to one of the corners and sort of dip underwater, the abyss is right there. And for this side of the island, it's the same story. Boop. You fall off, you're going to be floating above the abyss. You're not going to be in the abyss because unless you are that, well, I guess made of obsidian, then you're probably not going to make it all the way to the bottom of the world. But in other places where there is a seafloor, where there is an apron around the island, we have fun little things for you to swim around and probably get eaten by, because we're going to be adding animals this episode. We're going to be touching up a few things that we need to touch up. We're going to give it a little test, and then we're going to add a few sharks, and then I guess give you guys a download link, make the island go live. That's it. We're basically done. I mean, we could spend an awful lot more time on the island doing stuff, but I just don't think there's that much more we can really do. Not in video episodes, So if you've not watched any of these episodes before and you're going, ooh, what are you doing? Well, we're in the map editor. Controls are W to go forward, S to go back, A and D, strafe left and right, Q to go down, E to go up. And if you hold the right mouse button, you can pan the camera around. Nice. We're going to put some objects in, so we're going to click on animals. We have a very few number of animals, but wait, the island is full of stuff. Yes, you don't need to worry about the birds. Birds will self-populate, as will bats. You can shoot bats out of the sky, you can shoot birds out of the sky. We know this because we've done both of them. You don't need to worry about coral. You don't need to worry about fish. You don't need to worry about any of that because that will also self-populate. This will be very detailed underwater when we get into the actual game itself. We need to worry about the big boys, and only the big boys. So we need to put boars, crabs, and maybe snakes down, and then a couple of tigers. Now, we are going to be doing this very sparingly, like extraordinarily sparingly. But wait, why are you going to be? Because the AI is going to add CPU time to the island. Wait, what? Sorry? Say that again in my good ear. Okay, so the AI it's basically another thing for your computer to render. So not only the models and everything around here, but you're also going to need to render the animal's behavior and everything. So in the forest, we're going to put a piggy, and we're going to put another piggy. We can rotate piggies. So it's R to rotate, T to transform, and if you want to clone it, it's C to clone. Easy. And if you lose track of something, F to focus. We're going to put 3 piggies down in the interior. Why we're not going to put too many down? Because these boys are going to run around. So when somebody is on the map, they're going to be running. These boys are just going to run around. They're just going to sort of trot around and stuff. Wherever you start them out, they're not going to stay there. So, you know, have fun with that. Crabs, on the other hand, they will pretty much do a wander, whatever. So we'll add a few crabs. We're not going to add too many crabs, and certainly not all together. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. And we can just drag these boys out, give them a little rotate, one in one direction, one in the other. That's all that's needed there. We can add 1 and a 2. See, keeping it sparing. Keeping it paired, keeping it sparing. We really don't want to go overboard with the AI here. I mean, could you kill a map by adding too much in the way of AI? Yes, I think you can. Well, you can make it very difficult to run. 1 and 2, and I think that's probably it for the crabs. So 6 crabs, 3 boars. Snake? Do we really, really want a snake on the island? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Why? But what? But why? Don't worry about it. 1 snaky boy. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Okay, we're going to brush T. We're going to raise him up a little bit so that he doesn't just fall out of the world. Because I don't trust him not to fall out of the world. There we go, one sneaky boy. He'll move around, don't worry about it. It just means that when players are legging it around the island, it just gives them something to look out for. And two, I mean, this island is called Jurassic Park after all. Cool. So that's 2 snakes. Not going to go overboard with the snakes. And these are fairly straightforward boys. They're rattlers. Well, they sound like rattlers. I don't think they are, because they don't have the rattly tail on the end. But it just gives people something to avoid. So even if we never put sharks on the island, there's still danger here. Now the sea will, like around the coast, you'll still get poisonous starfish being rendered in. You'll get sea snakes rendered in. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff because that will be there. We're going to close that tab. So we have added pretty much all the animals we need to add. That was it. That's so simple. Touching up. Okay, we are going to go to trees, and we're going to find PP. PIPI, there we go. Just going to add a few more of these around the island because we've just added some poison boys, so may as well add some PP. Just kind of rando it down. There's one there. You need 2 PP to make an antidote. So okay. Just encourages people to go exploring. 2 PP. And of course, if they absolutely use all the PP up, well, I mean, farm it. They have to farm it. People will have to farm this stuff. We know we've got more around. There's some there, but I just wanted to make sure that some of the critical plants were actually both in the island and in places that kind of made people explore for them. So that's 3. That's 4 PP. So you can actually create either 2 antidotes or 1 antidote and start farming stuff, or whatever. So that's done. Potatoes. We know we've got some potato plants around here. I think we could probably add a few more, just kind of random. There's one there. It'd be nice to add something kind of up here somewhere. Potato. There we go. It's 2. I think they fixed potato, because originally potato, you couldn't really cook it, or it took millions of years to cook, and then you got no benefit from it. Yeah, it took 1,000,000 years to cook, and it really didn't do much for you, so that all got fixed. So that's 3 potatoes. Good. Koalas we have plenty of, but it's nice to have, just to make sure you've got a few. Let's go around to here. Here's a ficus, and if you've got a ficus, you should have a koala. So we're just going to rotate that out, so it's there. Because people might be looking for ficuses and stuff. Koalas under ficus trees. So we'll do that. I'll do that. Ah, nice. So we have plenty of fruits and things. We don't have... Oh, there's one here, isn't there? Boop. Yep. So not all the ficuses need a fruit tree underneath them, but it's just kind of a explore this ficus. Kura everywhere, but all the way up here. PQRST Kura. There we are. We're going to hit terrain and object speeds. We've got something selected, so we're just going to do this. There you go. I do like having a few Kura on the island, just sort of kicking around. What about up here? You could put something up here. I mean, it's not a problem. This kind of growing little mountain Kura. Around here somewhere? Oh yeah, that'd be nice actually. So we have to be a little bit tricksy with this because it's kind of growing out of the rocks. So press T, just make sure it's actually joined up with a little crag or a nook that it looks like it's growing out of, and it's not just placed actually on the rock itself. Bang, so there we are, it's not floating anymore, and there we go. Little present for anyone who goes exploring. We've got plenty of aloe. I think there's one on the top of that mountain. There's one up here somewhere. Is there one up here somewhere? There's no PP. Not sure. Would make sense to have aloe up there. Aloe vera. There you go. One. Is there one? Was there one over here? I don't think there was. I mean, it's a nice decorative plant anyway, so I don't feel bad for putting too much down. Okay, cool. So that's there. There's definitely one there. So there's at least a couple of aloe sort of kicking around. And again, I'll put one. There's one over here anyway. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that there were some in places that you might explore, especially around the outer edge, because we spent a lot of time kind of up the top. But what we didn't do is kind of work on the beaches that much. I mean, we did, but we also sort of any given time. Now this, I'm just going to tilt down slightly, press T and bring it down further into the ground, because I kind of realised that this, at the end of last episode, might not be as good as it could have been, so there we go. I still want the rocks there to break up that beach. And then we're just going to hit terrain. We're going to raise and lower. I'm going to make sure this amount sliders down. It's coming all the way back, and I just want to actually raise this a little bit here. Not too much, because I want to click on that, make sure that's above the beach, because the physics objects will flop down, will sort of land on the beach. I'm going to crank the amount up. It's going to brush this back. Oh, good. This is good. This is better. Much better. Okay, cool. And then go back to objects, go back to trees, and just add something here. Ficus, no. And what have we got? Got some plant. We should probably add another plant here somewhere. We got a few things. We got some small pines. Could probably add. Nah. Nope. PP, potato, lava. Hello. Welcome to the island. There we are. It just needed something to be there. Yeah, so these rocks, anything that's a physics object, don't worry about it if it's too high above the beach. I'd rather it's too high, because as soon as a player comes in, it's all drop down anyway. So that's better. Let's just tweak that. And there's one other place that we haven't really explored or tweaked or done anything with. Oh, what? What are you talking about? I don't believe it. I think the words... Okay, fine. Yeah, we're going to do something fun with this. Just real quick. And then we're going to go give this a test. So we're just going to put some plants just in the edges of this entrance. But wait a second. Why would you do that? Why not? We can actually have them growing out of rock if we wanted to. So as a general rule, plants kind of grow where the sunlight is. Just gonna have that there. Make sure that it is actually down in the ground. Boop. Booping that. Around a bit. We're not going to be able to stop all the leaves being clipped. So we're just going to put it in a position where some of the leaves are clipped and not all of them. Angle it over a bit more. It's T. Bring it in. There we go. There we go. That's better. Just something in there so it just doesn't look so barren. I think is essentially what we're going for here. And again, boop. What are you? Oh wow, that's actually pretty neat. Yeah, it just adds something to the bare rock to give you a little bit of greenery to break up that grey texture. Huh? Nice, huh? So yeah, I like it. You like it. We all like it. It's cool, right? And again, we'll do the same thing here. So we have this kind of edge here, and I think we can put something down. Just press T, grab the green, knock it in, rotate, and rotate a bit more. Press T, slide with me, just slide with me. There, done. That'll obviously be a bit bigger once we're actually in the game for testing, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We might have to move the Tato, though. So Tato, you can sort of come here. I think you'll be fine. Just move you there. Right, and booping has happened. So we've got greenery on the left, greenery on the right. We've got these plants, and then that leads you into the cave. All right, and then just a little thing, just a little tidy up. We have the shoreline rock, so we remember shoreline rock 2, not 1, because otherwise you'll be sad because you'll never be able to get rid of any shoreline rocks. Shoreline rock 1, you literally cannot get rid of it. It's impossible to get rid of. So, yep. And you say to yourself, well, if we're doing this, it's a little tight under here, but it's just adding a little bit of variation in the cliff wall. There we go. Little subtle things, tiny subtle things. Also objects, terrain, sorry. Smoothing. I'm just going to smooth this through here. Just a little bit more. Because it just looks a little bit too lumpy bump at the moment. Cool. And then there as well. Boop and boops. Boop, boop, boop. Cool. I think, and we've still got the water on the entrance. Oh, look at that. It's subtle. It's so subtle. But you've gone from just bare rocks to just a splash of green. Yeah, I like it. And then these rocks on the left. Just to break it up. Okay, I think if left to my own devices, I would play with this map forever. For absolute ever. Forever. But no, let's save it real quick. So we're going to hit save. We're going to hit save. Yes, we want to overwrite, and we're going to resume. I tell you what, we're going to jump into the main game. And we're back. So for reference, that island on the horizon, that is our current home island. That's Hobbes Rest over there, which is also available to download. But this island, well, is huge. I mean, this is what it looks like when it's not in the map editor. It is freaking massive. This is the lookout. To kind of give you an idea, that's one of the groins we added in very late in the island's sort of creation, the offshore island. We know that one, during a storm, will probably be swamped, but the other one, there we go, the other one will not. It cannot be swamped. And look, there's the dead Xbox on it. Can we get down there? Can we Skyrim down there? Oh, I don't know. We're going to be a little bit careful because now the animals are in. Old Snaky Boy's here, and I'm going to say, I already got bit. Just getting to the island, just to get to this point, just to say, hey, this is what it looks like now. Yeah, I done got bit and had to make some stuff. Oh, there's a boar. There's a boar boy. He's just down there. So yeah, the forest walkway, it's looking pretty good. It looks very different once all the sort of dynamic shadows are in, because, you know, obviously the daylight and everything. Yeah, let's just have a look along here. We did adjust all of this because of... Okay, so it's still a little bit shrubby along here, but we added some other things. Okay, yep. The walkway. This was one of the late things we added. We redid all this whole area. So these bushes, like I said, they are a lot bigger once you're actually in the game. This is kind of a gap in the editor, but, well, I'm going to leave it. We don't need to fill in everything. It doesn't need to be 100%. Oh, you want it spooky, though. There's spookums. That's a shipwreck over there. Yeah, so what the game has done, if we... Oh, can we get down without being poisoned? Oof. Okay. So what the game has done, like I was saying a little bit earlier, there's the shipwreck. The underwater bit, you don't need to worry about. Fish and coral and everything, they're added for you. The blacktip reef sharks, they're added. We haven't put the actual big boys in yet. Because I just wanted to test this without being having my face murdered off. So other things that we added. Crabs. They're going to do crabby things. They might actually get stuck in that little puddle of water. I have a feeling that that's something they might do. Oh yeah, we added some clay bricks. There's a few clay bricks and stuff to find. Can we pick the lantern up? Yeah, we can pick the lantern up. So the wood crate we did not add. We didn't add the small locker and we didn't add the large locker. These are things that are added by the game itself. So in terms of loot, you're going to get rando loot appearing in this stuff. Can we shut the door? Oh, not on this one. We can't shut the door on this one. And obviously we can't go down to the lower decks because this is actually a boat. It's not just a house. But we can't go to the lower decks because the lower decks are completely hidden. You can't get through the island mesh once it's in place. So for a lot of people, things like the position of the corals and stuff are not going to be in the same place. Not going to be in the same place at all whatsoever. Oh, this actually looks pretty sweet. Because it's rando generated as you come to the island. So a few things are going to be the same, a few things are not going to be the same. It doesn't look bad at all. Ah, we've done this, the little jumping puzzle. Yes. Can we still do it? I think it was possible last time. Oh, all of this has been redone. So this is the bit we tweaked earlier. You almost don't notice it. Once you're actually in the game, you almost don't notice this is even a thing. It looks pretty sweet, I'm going to say. I'm totally going to say it myself. Right, so let's do a little jump. Let's do another little jump. Let's run up here and up here. Oh! I forgot about the gap. I forgot about it. I designed this island and I forgot about the gap. Okay, can we do it? Hold it. Yes. Yes, the mysterious package, which is a trap for people who can't make the jump. Can we... Yeah, the trick is to hold the spacebar. Otherwise you'll never get across. That's what he grabs, the little yellow tab thingy on the spacebar. Oh, I was going to say Shark Boy's here, but no, Snake Boy's here around here somewhere. I know this. Tree tunnel? Yes, we added a lot of yucca. Tree tunnel, still looking pretty sweet. It actually looks better in the game. So this is the sandy area, and I was like, you know what, we don't need to do too much to this sandy area. Stuff we've added, rocks and plants and things last time. Yep, it all looks pretty natural. It looks absolutely fine. Other things, oh yeah. I guess if there are sharks coming close to the land, you can just get them from these points. Up here, oh, what was that? Lava. Yeah, no reason for it to, well, I was going to say no reason for it to be in game, but you know, you'll manage my very. I think at some point they'll add a purpose for it. Potatoes, press E. Oh, a juga. No, that's not in the map editor at the moment, so I can't add that. Potatoes. So this is the bit we just changed, adding some plants and stuff here. Like I said, oh, crab boy in the river. Why is he in the river? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, some things are going to be added by the game, like the poisonous. I guess I him jellyfish. No, starfish. Poisonous starfish. He is poisonous. Don't go and try and make friends with him. It will not last. Yeah, it's subtle. Just the extra little greenery and these rocks. Very subtle. But we can get in here. Yeah, we can get in here. It's fine. Little crouch. Oh yeah. No, here's a nightmare. Although, if, again, shark, then you can just use a gas gun and gat him from here. It looks so good! Oh, more loot. Why did that spawn outside? Don't know. Anything useful? Yeah. There's going to be a lot of loot on this island. Hey, ho. Okay, what's the time? In-game time. 14:12. Okay. Well, I mean, we can change the time. That's not actually a problem. So let's just have a little look. So one of the other things we added was the... this thing. And I keep forgetting the name of it. Breakwater. I want to keep it like, I was like, ocean break, water break, sea break. And I'm like, no. You're putting the break in the wrong place, dude. So this was made, this is one of the last things we made with the old mast at the end. It's shallow on one side and very deep on the other side. It's kind of a subtle thing. It's probably not fun to be out here when there's a storm. Oof. Yeah. And again, if we just do a little drop down into water. Boop. Okay. We don't get to see the end of the boat that mast belongs to, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to go too far out there because we're so close to the abyss. I don't want a great white spawning or something like that. Great whites and marlins do spawn in deep water. I think it's the weird zone between islands they spawn in. But cool. All right, rocks. Oh yeah, this rock here. Why is that floating? That's floating. Oh, because it's on the. Oh, that's interesting. There's a mesh there. So there's nothing to do with the island design. It's a little meshy thing. So we can fix that when we put the sharks in. Oh, run across there. Oh, another poison boy. I wish there was an option to put poison boys in or leave them out. The crabs. Oh, so we put 2 crabs here and they walked into the river. That's okay. Speaking of rip. I did a little jump. I don't know where he is. There's a snaky boy around here somewhere. Oh, I see. Hi. Yeah, he's actually in the... He's fallen into the river and he can't get out. Well, that's going to be fun for someone. So these fence pieces that we put in, like I said, they are pretty big. Subtle as well. Very, very subtle. What's the time of day doing? I'll tell you what. Let's go to dev tools. Dot time 10. 10? 10. There we go. That's better. So yeah, I like the dev tools. I genuinely hope they leave them in, because for making videos and stuff, it is super useful. Yep. So again, the fancy area, which are old dinosaur paddocks, because this is of course Jurassic Park. Nice. The flat area, which can be used for farming and stuff. Which again, once you're in the game, it doesn't look so obvious. It's like, what was this? Some sort of fenced area? No, this looks weird. We have... Oh, yeah. I think we've already done this one. Little jumping puzzle. Huh, huh, hey. Huh, hey, ho. So again, the game will put certain things into the world. Oh, yeah, it did actually spawn. So there is a lantern over there. The game will put certain things into the world. And one of those things are like columns in the sea. Sea columns, water columns, ocean columns. Let's go bloop. So we haven't added that. That is something that the game will put in. And you have to, if you are making your own map, just be aware of stuff like that, because it's going to make it tricky to get things like rafts in. So if you want to make like a specific like harbour or entranceway to something, then just be aware that it might get blocked. Not just when you're testing it, but randomly. So you need to make it essentially twice as wide as you think you do. We have... okay, it's a little bit jagged there. Might need to soften that up. Just making a few mental notes. The jetty. This is one of the first things we made. Again, shallower on one side, deeper on the other. And then the wreck, which is terrifying. If I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to go too far out. No, just knowing that we're about to put sharks here is... hi, buddy. Is... I don't know. It's just one of those things that just kind of plays at the back of your mind. So cool. We have the other house, which does have 2 floors. So let's have a little look. We can open that door. We can go inside. Nice. And let's put a little loot in there. Okay, fine. Not a problem. Easy close. We did put some more bricks here. So that's the 4 clay bricks. Okay. There is clay on the island, so you can actually just dig it up. We're just going to do a little crouch. Let's stand up. Okay, cool. And then just have a little look in here. That's a lantern. I think one of the things that is missing, interestingly, are the torches. We put down a lantern and a torch, and I think one of those is missing. Something is missing from here. I think food. One of them is food. I think the little food tin's probably gone. So the torches show up, but the tins and the lantern show up, but the tins and torches don't. Interesting. This area we sort of filled in very briefly at the end of the last episode, just added a few trees. Again, it looks fairly natural. PP, which has been picked. Mysteriously picked. Cool. And this is the beach. This is the beach with the angled groins, which, I'm going to be honest, are freaking brilliant. I love these things. Because you can just drop off the end. He says, breaking both ankles on the sandy beach. And look at that. It's beautiful. There's a poison boy snake there. But it is beautiful. There's some clay. Oh, poison boy right there as well. All right, lots of poison boys. So you were thinking to yourself, why is he getting so much PP? Another wreck over there, which tempts you to go out. We're not going to go over there. We don't need to. Because it's terrifying. And because that's not for us to go and find. That's for players on the map. And we'll get back to that in a second. The big hill. Tarps, which will be there for some people and not others, depending on what version of the game you're playing. The redesigned area that was a bit, I don't know, it was a bit sort of garden, and now it's a bit more collapsed cliff. Yeah, I like that. That's fine. That's a lot better than it was. That is so cool. Okay, cool. Yep, again, another sea column out there, placed by the game itself. A lot of these rocks actually out there are placed by the game. So if you think, the sandy, oceany bit doesn't look so good, look at that. That little rock and just barely touching the other one. You find that a lot in real life. I was like, why is there suddenly sandy trail? But it's one of the piggy boys. He's just legging it. Okay, fine. I thought something weird was going on for a second, and then we're back to the beginning. So cool. We've done a once round of the island. We've done once through the interior. The forest is looking foresty. There's trunks. There's sticks. There's small pines. There's piggy boys. There's everything you could possibly want. I'm keeping my ear open for more pee-pee. Keeping my ear open for snaky boys because I don't trust me not to go and step on them. So a little jump up here. This is one of the things we added. Oh, I thought we were not going to make that. That is a heck of a gap. Oh, I didn't make it that time. That wasn't fun. Okay. So run. I think if you're running, it should be fine. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's for the brave and the brave alone. So this is one of the things we added. It was like, oh, we spent ages on this. Yeah, we did. And it's actually pretty cool because it gets you above the tree line in another way. Nice, and then little steps settle at the end. So we have, that goes down to the inland river. This is one of the little steps that go down. That branch shouldn't impede us, and it doesn't. Good. Down to here. There's another snake around here. Oh, he's in the river, isn't he? Okay, cool. So we go up to the top of the hill. Downside about those steps is you can't really use them to go up because it doesn't have the Minecraft mechanic of you automatically step up. I guess because steps aren't really a factor in this game, but that's fine. Some surfaces you won't be able to climb up, and this is one of them. Fine, good. So you can scale the hill pretty much from any direction, but certain angles you can't. And then the hill itself, which it looks very barren in the game, in the map editor. But actually, once you're in here, it blends in quite well. I think it's absolutely fine. You've got a commanding view of the island, and with not too much trouble, you can build up above the tops of the trees. You can build a tower, you can build a lighthouse, you can build a house, you can probably even get some farms up here. There's a few areas which are flat enough. You know what? I think we've done a good job. Done a good job. So we are once more in the map editor, and we have a couple of things to tidy up, and then a few sharks to add. So first of all, this rock was floating. It doesn't need... It's not a problem. It's not really a problem. But if we move it to here... As I say, it doesn't need to be where it is, but it also doesn't need to be deleted. Yeah, it's just hitting some transparent, I guess, hitbox or part of the rock mesh. So if we put it here, it's just automatically going to fall down to the beach, and it will be fine. That's not a problem. I'm going to hit terrain and objects to deselect that. The other thing was over here, which I noticed as we walked past. Didn't say anything because we were on a roll. I'm going to hit R because the tip of this leaf is just in a rock, and that bothers me. And that's it. That's all we need to do. That's it. Done. Dunzo. So turn on objects to let that go. So there's that, and I think the other thing was over here. Yeah, and it's just here. If you look very carefully, it just looks a bit lumpy, bumpy, triangle-y. So we're going to hit terrain. We're going to grab a terrain brush. We're going to hit smooth. And change the size down. We're going to crank the amount up. And then we're just going to smooth this off as best we can along here. Change the size up to give it some more to work with, I think. Let's crank the amount all the way up. Let's just do it. Do it. I think it's because it's such a shallow... movement, I guess. So how much can we plane that off? It's a little better. I think it's a bit more subtle. Okay, that's as good as we're going to get it, I'm afraid. Good. So the last thing was just to check, just to eyeball, were the fact that, yeah, look. So that ration pack did not spawn. Oh, okay. So let's just put it here in the doorway and it'll fall down. Maybe. Possibly. It should just, if we put it in like a space where players can actually get to, that should be fine. I keep pushing the wrong button. We're drifting lazily to the left. Yeah, so physics object, it'll drop down. That's not a problem. It won't be floating there in the door. But also, I think it's something to do with this like shelf area. There is some weirdness that goes on and stuff gets sort of stuck in there. I'm just going to put it slightly closer to the floor, just in case. So about a foot off the floor. There we go. Just in case it doesn't drop. I mean, it should, but I don't want it clipped into the boat model itself. And the last thing was over here, where there was... yeah, I thought so. So this torch here. So the lantern's fine. There must be something with the lantern. Let's just have that there. Terrain objects, done. So that's the torch sorted. That's the ration tin sorted. That's the plant. That's the rock, and that's the beach. Everything is done. Wow. I kind of feel a little sad, but okay, we have some work to do. Before anyone says anything, I already know. I will put 2 versions of this map out. One with the sharks, one without. Don't worry about it. I'm not that kind of person. But yeah, we are going to put some sharks in here. 1. And what I'm going to do, because this boy will actually... He'll spawn and then he'll swim around on essentially patrol mode. I'm just going to put him in the water just so his dorsal fin is just popping out the top. If you put him too high, if you put him in the sky, if you put him in a pie, what will happen is they will swim down in a straight line to the sea level, and then they'll endeavour to go, well, initially they'll endeavour to go back to the spawn point if they were AI generated. I don't really know what happens if their spawn point is the sky, so yeah, not entirely sure about that. But this boy is now in the sea, and that is where we're going to put him. We're going to put him very close to this shipwreck because no reason whatsoever. So there's one there. And then what we're going to do is just on the other side of the island, put another boy down. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, good fun, isn't it? Isn't it though? And we're going to go do the same thing here. So, but I don't like it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. There'll be 2 versions of the map. Whoa! The camera gets a bit twitchy when you're next to an object. Yeah, orientation actually, by the way, doesn't matter. It's interesting that you can put them upside down. Don't make them dead, although a real shark, if it was upside down, would become completely docile and probably drown because it's not moving forward and moving water over its gills. Top tip if you happen to be near a shark. So yeah, these boys, this is essentially their patrol zone. So they will now patrol this area of the map. I put 2 and only 2, you don't need more than 2 on a map, especially a map this size. It means that the sharks will, when a player enters the zone, the shark sphere of influence, the shark will hit patrol mode and it'll swim around, and then if a player's in the water, it'll go and attack them. That's basically it. So we're done. We're donezo calrissian with the map. What I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to put 2 versions of this map out. One with sharks, one without sharks, and then both versions will also have a modified objects file for people on experimental version. So if you've been downloading maps and there have been no objects on the island, there'll be an objects file for you. It'll all be explained in the download in a README file, so don't worry about that. Wow, we have covered a lot. And you know what? I'm going to save it. Save. Abso-freaking-lutely. So, yeah, if you want to play this, then it will be in the video description, along with Hobbes Rest, which is the current home island that we are playing on, and a couple of other islands. Wow. If you've liked the series, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. And we are going to be back in the game just playing it regular, I guess, next episode. So join us for that. And you know what? I'll catch you next time.